Ah! After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth! Nah, I got this one, Ryan. Oh, for sure. Ryan! Riku's escaped!
Some more?
Recruit a team of Disney characters with attitude.
Well, we got a problem with that. Not a lot of Disney characters have attitude.
You're right. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pajanime 2. I'm Kyle, that's Ryan. This is Kingdom Hearts.
Does Buzz Lightyear
Rechain
have
of
attitude?
Memories. A little bit.
Like, he kind of has, like... I don't know. He kind of like Hulk Hogan's every now and then. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm the most important character here, so step out of my way, Woody. That's all I remember. I remember just Woody trying to do things and Buzz always being like, I'm better.
Tim Allen and Tom Hanks just throwing it up.
Is that the irony, too? In real life, those are the opposite. The difference between Tim Allen and Tom. One is an Oscar-winning, yes. One is... I think Tim Allen's still working.
I believe so.
I believe he just got a show that came back, or maybe it got removed. No, it got brought back, yeah, because after they canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm pretty sure that network brought back...
Last Man Standing, the show that I always accidentally say when I'm trying to talk about Last Man on Earth.
With Tim Allen. That said, I like some Tim Allen. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember growing up not thinking Home Improvement was that bad. I thought there were some okay episodes. Granted, some of what made Home Improvement great is its eclectic cast of characters. Wilson, Al Borland.
Yeah.
I'm sure as most fans of the show would, the Home Improvement, like the Tool Time or whatever, their actual show within the show, what was some of the better segments?
Oh, absolutely.
Movie-wise, I don't know. He did a lot of Santa Claus stuff.
Santa Claus 2 was okay.
People seem to like the parody of Star Trek that was Galaxy Quest.
Yes, people did like that.
Alan Rickman was also in that.
Yeah.
Late, great Alan Rickman.
Yeah, you want to talk about...
Good actor? Yes. Not that Tim Allen is horrible, but come on.
Alan Rickman was in a different...
On a different category, yeah. Let's get real. Just like Tom Hanks is, if you're... Yes.
Ryan, you ready?
Gormo. You missed.
No, I can't! It's so hard to aim!
Yes! You hit her in the butt. Get her. Oh, she doesn't... You're right, there is no escape because the game has broke and I can't run in anywhere. You have force fields everywhere. You're so powerful that you can summon force fields, and why don't you just trap me in a force field and suffocate me to death? Because you want to prove something, I don't know. Because your name's Larxene. Or like Marxine.
What does that even mean?
Like she's a mark for her own herself. I don't know, you know, like wrestling a mark.
Wait, I thought that would be a slight. What did I just do?
You gotta hit off though, at least.
Yeah. Just the one hit with Cloud is also a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, any damage with Cloud is pretty much good.
Heal. Freeze.
You're getting on my nerves.
Heal. Freeze.
Oh, she's low enough that I think that...
Yep.
Courage.
Yeah!
Is this
Fuck you,
it?
Larxene.
Yeah, there goes Lark. She wasn't that bad. You killed her in 2 tries. You almost killed her first try.
Yeah.
She wasn't... Riku was frustrating. She was just... There was a little
Fake
hiccup,
Riku?
that's all. Moving on.
Da-na-na. Oh, level up again? Yeah, fucking better have. Oh, I got my Larxene card now?
Yep. We didn't look at what the Riku card did either, because it dropped us right into another battle.
Yeah, well, I had a moment, but yes.
Well, You had a moment after you died, but I don't think you actually had a moment in...
No, I could have. I went right into it. Like, I could have run back and looked at it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's a little scene there where you're watching him slunched over.
Yeah, right. I had walked up and chose.
No, I refuse to lose. There's such a bunch of losers.
I actually think she's a great character.
She's gonna have to get on her skateboard and get out of here.
This isn't the way I won't.
What? What's happening to her?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say she's dead, but I know that she's in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, so she's not dead. Oh, hey, Nominee, what's up? I think this is the last time that we fight her in this game, though, because we got her card.
That's true. That would make sense.
We're friends of Sora's, and my name is...
You're Goofy, and you're
Goofy!
Let him... Why would you interrupt?
He knows. She knows.
Congratulations, Sora! You finally found your friend. I'm so happy for you.
That's not... No.
Gee, there sure are a lot of questions.
Jiminy.
Nominate?
Thanks, Jiminy.
I
You
know
just
that
described all of
probably
Kingdom
won't be
Hearts.
easy
There
for
sure
you.
are a lot of
But
questions.
could you tell us what happened?
Yeah, I made a bunch of
course.
bullshit up.
It's my fault after all.
Ryan, can you tell me who the voice actor for Nominee is?
Memories that were inside Sora's heart. And little by little, I replaced
Well, do you have a
them
guess?
with
No,
false
I just want to... I'm curious if it's the same person who does Kyrie for the rest of the
Made up.
series.
You mean
It was
Hayden?
fake.
No, Hayden Panettiere was in the first game. It's Alison Stoner for the rest
Sora
of the
never
series.
really promised me anything.
So in
Maybe
Kingdom
in
Hearts,
Mom
Rechain of
Moments.
Memories and Birth by Sleep and Recoded
That was a
and a
lie.
bunch of other stuff.
Just like
She
everything
not in
else.
two. In two, it's Brittany
Never
Snow.
met.
Oh,
In-
cool.
Sora's
In this, it's Megan Jet
And you were
Martin.
never anything more.
Oh, she's a Disney actress, so that makes sense.
No.
And yeah, that sounds about
You
right.
see, in all of your true memories,
She was in a bunch of those like Disney movies
I
that
was never
only played
So
on
it
Disney
seems like the
Channel.
mainline ones. Yeah, it seems like they treat this
Then
like
that
it's the
must
mainline ones are
mean
like
it was
movie
your
entries.
magic that
They
made
get the
rest
movie
of us
actors.
lose our memories too. Is there any way for us to ever get them back?
I can fix everything. If we go to the 13th floor.
What floor are we on? 12, I think?
But Marluxia, he...
Yeah, fucking whatever. Fuck that
Bet
dude.
I know who that is. Was he the fella who made you
Marluxia,
tamper
yeah.
with all of our memories?
If I didn't obey...
Jiminy just
he
knows.
said I'd be
Why didn't you
locked
tell us
in
this
the
before,
castle
Jiminy?
Forever. I've been alone for so long.
Because you had to get there on your own for the quest of friendship or some bullshit.
So
I
basically,
don't know why I did a
you've
goofy voice. when I
you've
was
been a
doing Jimmy.
child slave held captive in this frickin' building this whole time.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
she
I
works
know
for
you
Nike.
don't have the right
Just
to.
do it.
That's not what I meant.
Wow.
It's like this.
Was that too
I'm
soon?
really not
I'm gonna
happy
kneel
about
at
you
that
messing with my
comment.
memories. But, you know, I can't really get mad at you for it either.
Because you're a pretty girl, and I'm starting to have feelings.
Well, she's
In my
not. She
head,
didn't do it
I know
intentionally.
they're
She was
lies.
forced to.
Yeah, no,
But they
but
still
also...
feel right.
Again, she's Doc Emmerich.
Like the promise I made.
Oh, I was working with the bad guys. Oh, I should
said
probably
would
reevaluate
protect
my
you,
life.
and that
Okay,
I wouldn't
thanks.
make you cry. Not ever.
But you didn't.
Namine, if you cry now, I'll feel guilty, like I let you down. So don't cry.
What? But if she
Please.
wants to cry.
Yeah, Sora. it's
Sora.
all about you, dickbag.
Yeah, what if she wants to cry? Who
Smile
cares?
and try
Let
to
her
be
let her feel how she
It's
feels.
easier on me
You
that
do
way.
you, Sora.
Oh, good for you, Sora. It's easier on you. She's not here just to serve you, motherfucker. She's a strong, independent woman who don't need
Yeah.
no man.
Yeah.
Sora always gets like this every time.
Okay, Goofy.
Goofy,
Yeah.
Goofy, woke Goofy here, son.
I thought you both lost your memories too.
We're better than you are. Also, we're related to Mickey.
Come on.
Oh man, I totally
What?
forgot to reward us with the Donald tree. I just
Oh yeah,
realized
well,
that.
we're in the cutscene the whole
There.
time,
My
so
goodness.
that's
That's
fine.
it.
Next time we get a
That's the
second,
Nominee I
people, I will.
remember.
That was supposed to
Even
be
if
when
we
we beat
haven't met.
Riku.
Yeah.
They jumped right into
really
a
like
next
it
boss
when
fight
you
though.
used to
Kingdom Hearts
smile.
happened.
Of course, that was really only in my fake memories. But
They
what
were
I'm
nice
feeling
fake memories,
now
though,
definitely
thanks.
Isn't fake. It's real.
Thank
I
you.
have an erection.
Well then, let's go.
You can't tell because of the weird pants I'm wearing.
It's caught in the zipper. Also, I think he's a little
Jesus
too.
Christ,
I
man.
think he's a little too young for maybe. Is he hit puberty yet? I don't think so.
Hang on. For sexual boners, sure, but dude, those came in before puberty. What are you talking about?
I
We'll
suppose.
come get you when it's over.
Look at again how like.
Are we gonna go over the history of erections now, Ryan?
No, I'm
we had the
talking more
masturbation
about
registry episode.
how
but-
regular an occurrence that is for Sora. That it can be something that you can flippantly say, oh, it surely has it at this
I'll
moment.
be okay.
Also, you were making sexual connotations there, considering she's fake.
For
Kyrie,
him to say,
blonde
that makes
Kyrie.
it fine.
Oblivion. Well, yes, I'm not saying that you're
'Cause he's
making.
also
No,
a
no,
kid.
I'm not. Wasn't using it in that way. I was.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Yeah, we're on the 12th floor, so we just have to go up literally one more floor.
And then the game's over? I don't think so.
Hang on! No, that's to get our memories back. Can we just talk dead Riku over here? Just look who
It's
looks.
robot Riku. He's not real. All
Yeah,
right.
whatever. It's like we're at it's like he's the first one to pass out at the party, right? We were
Yeah,
playing.
we got to get the Sharpie.
Yeah.
Emo. We'll write no. We'll write Rikachu. That's what you write on his forehead. Give him a
He's
tail.
not real Riku, so fuck him.
But yeah, he's not. He's just a robot.
Okay.
Domo Arigato, Mr. Riku. Okay.
What if we have to face Axel and Marluxia? Oh, you know what? That would be about what I would expect. Roll up the stairs. Save time. Holy shit, okay.
Okay, let's see if I can find this bookmark here.
Yeah, I'm sure we're heading into more cutscenes anyway.
Oh, I know. I'm just gonna find it for when I can do it.
Yep.
Nope, that's not it.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Who's most important to me?
Good question, Sora.
Nothing.
What? They're just gonna run into Kyrie and she's gonna be like, "What the fuck, Sora?"
I only remember Namine. Come on. Do you guys remember anything at all?
No, sorry, Sora. It's important, but I just can't remember.
Well, I just can't remember.
I don't want to be, but I'm getting scared.
Nobody ever wants to be scared.
Then we should really make a promise.
Huh?
What you said back there kinda got my brain thinking. Whenever you make a promise that's super duper big, maybe it gives you the courage to face the scary stuff.
The fuck are you talking about, Goofy?
Courage.
What? So I think he's trying to talk about courage. He's trying to talk about like if you have high aspirations, it gives you high motivations or something. I don't know.
Even if we get separated.
Or even if we sort of forget each other.
Whatever happens, we're friends.
Yeah, the three best friends.
They Disney
No, that's
through.
the Three Musketeers, Donald.
So that's the thing. This game thus far we keep getting
Trinity
presented
limit.
with anime
Attack
problems
Tard,
solved with
Donald
Disney
and
answers.
Goofy. Okay, I think that they have like a
Attack
Sentai
Donald
style
Goofy,
attack.
yeah. Inflict heavy damage on all enemies and well, that just sounds like a fucking wrecker.
Yeah.
We got a limit, well, quite literally.
We got the key of beginnings. Where the fuck
Gorge.
are we?
We're the three best friends. Oh, this looks cool.
This is just regular Castle
Oh, I
Oblivion.
love that logo though.
It's pretty fucking rad.
Oh, look at the stairs. Oh, man.
MC Escher made
Only
this
was
place.
the logo over a game that played good.
Ryan, you're being a little harsh with this game.
You're right. Moments like this, we can start talking. All right, Kyle. We're still not done Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, but I'm going to go through. We had a conversation episodes ago about the Donald Duck family tree, and you didn't know for sure if they were married, right? And how everyone is the lineage. So,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. So, Donald Duck, according to this, is not in. He's not. There's no like familial relation with Daisy. She's not on the family tree, to my knowledge. But we'll get there. It opens with the youngest at the top of the family tree, which are Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and they are the
It's not
sons
how it- They should
of.
be at the bottom, but sure.
They are the sons of an unknown father and Della Duck, who is Donald Duck's brother. Della and Donald Duck are the children of Quagmore and Nortense McDuck. And Scrooge McDuck is related to Nortense McDuck. Scrooge, Matilda, and Nortense are the sons of Downey
Turn the limit,
O'Drake
Ryan!
and Fergus McDuck.
Hang on, watch this shit.
Omega! Okay, that was like a summon in Final Fantasy.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so go ahead. Ortega,
Okay, so
McDonald.
Donald is related to Scrooge in the sense that Scrooge is Donald's uncle. Because he's related to Donald's mother. He's Donald's.
So he's the great
Scrooge is
uncle
Donald's mother's
of
brother.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
Yeah. Huey Dewey and Louie are Donald's nephews because they're
Yeah.
his sister's kids. But unknown father. Unknown father. Don't worry. They've actually, believe it or not, the ducks have actually they've mingled. There's a loon in there. There's a godwall. They got some coots. They got a goose. They don't mind getting. It's a big family. Anyway, Nortense, Scrooge, and Matilda are the kids of Downey O'Drake and Fergus McDuck. And Fergus McDuck just looks like Scrooge, except older, you know? And Fergus McDuck is related, he has siblings, Jake McDuck and Angus Pothole McDuck, who looks like a pirate. And they are the children
Pothole.
of Dirty Dingus
I
McDuck
just died.
and Molly the Mallard. So they actually aren't even the children. The McDucks are children of a mallard, not just a duck.
Okay.
And Dirty Dingus McDuck actually had 2 wives.
Dirty dingus.
I think. Oh, no, sorry, he didn't. He was related to, he had a brother, Quagmire McDuck, and his wife was Molly Mallard. And Molly Mallard was the child of Malcolm McDuck and Sir Quacky McDuck. But he also had a brother named Hugh Seafoam McDuck. There's
I'm
also
sorry,
a
what
Sir
was that
Swample
last one?
McDuck. Hugh Seafoam McDuck.
Hugh Seafoam McDuck.
Yes. There's also Sir Roast McDuck, Sir Swample McDuck, Sir Stuffed McDuck, Sir Eater McDuck, Sir Quackley McDuck. The originator of, there's 2 originators of this whole family tree, but they didn't have any relations, and that is Pintail Duck and Cornelius Coot. But technically there's the Clan McDuck, the Duck family, and the Coot kin, but they all mingle as you get higher. I haven't gone over all the loons. There's Cuthbert Coot, Gretcha Grebby, Casey Coot. It seems like some of them are more rich and some of them are more farmers, and it seems like there's kind of a pirate. Farmers, pirates, and aristocrats seems to be the Duck family tree. You know, Disney stuff. Fanny Coot was married to Luke Goose, and they have a Gus Goose. He's a son. Anyway, enough of the Duck family tree, Kyle. Donald's in a sordid history is what we're telling you. And it seems like Donald and Daisy, it seems like Donald just he's the Meghan Markle in this situation because he comes sort of from the family of a mixture of pirates, aristocrats, and farmers. He seems to lean more into the pirate / sea dog eyes, at least from his appearance. Donald does. I mean, look at his outfit. But he ends up going, somehow he's the mage. And he's married to a princess, so... Or I guess maybe he's married to a maiden, not a princess.
I'm pretty sure she's only a princess in this game.
Okay, she might be a maiden, like a fair lady or whatever. Were those people basically just the princess's friends? Who also live with rich people? Like, was that the idea, the maidens?
I don't think that they were, like, supposed to be like it was, like, a rule or anything. I think it was just, like, you spend a lot of time with these people, you're gonna start getting kind of close.
Like, hey, these are the daughters of the other aristocrats, so they also hold pseudo-formal positions.
Not
in,
even that, like
gallant, or they sit at the table when it comes to regal events, so you got to get to know them. Maybe
yeah,
that's what it is. Game of Thrones dealt with some of that in the early seasons, right? With Arya hating that she had to do that type of stuff, and Sansa loving it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Duck family, weird. Also, nobody after Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That's the later years. They got to do they got to do Huey, Dewey, and Louie grown up with kids. I feel like they don't. They might be the type that are just like that adopt. They're like, you know what? Now we're gonna start getting out of the duck lineage. We're gonna adopt some dogs. We're gonna get some of Goofy's Max. We gotta get Max involved in that timeline somehow. What was Goofy's last name? Is it just Max Goof? Is that what it is?
Yes.
And he's Goofy
Max
Goof?
and Goofy Goof. Yep.
He's Goofy Goof. Okay then. I get Max. I mean, Max Goof, that's, you know, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? But Goofy's basically Luigi Mario levels. Like, he's Snow. And Mario, like, oh.
You're talking about, like, that fantastic movie.
Yes. John Leguizamo.
Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, yep.
The very talented John Leguizamo, and the very talented Bob Hoskins, and the very talented Dennis Hopper. A lot of talented people in that movie, and
Leguizamo's still alive.
Huh?
Leguizamo's still alive.
Yes, but Hoskins, I said the very talented.
Yeah. But then you said, okay. I wasn't sure if you...
I said a lot of talented actors were in that movie. Did I? I don't think I said anyone was dead, even though both Hoskins and Hopper are.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper had a great appearance before he passed in Entourage, where Vinny is like hanging out with him on betting. They're betting on soccer matches. He just happens upon him too.
Was he playing was he playing
He was
himself in
Dennis.
that?
He was himself. Yeah, a lot of celebrities in that obviously play themselves. I mean, the best celebrity cameo in my opinion in that whole
Val
show
Kilmer?
is Val Kilmer's great as the Sherpa, but he doesn't really play Val Kilmer. He has a great cameo, but he's only in one episode. In terms of like the celebrity that plays themselves, I'd say it's oh geez, now I'm Bob Saget. Because he's in like probably 12 episodes total or more, and he's always hilarious. He's ridiculous. Like the first time you see him, he's just like, does he want an Xbox? He's like the neighbor. He comes over, asks if people want to play Xbox and all this other stuff. Brings a basket. Seems like he used to be a family man, and now he's just like, hey, I'm the cool dad who does all these young things because I'm no longer, my kids hang out with my ex, and I have my own mansion to myself, and I'm living on money from Full House / America's Funniest Home Videos. Which the more I look at it, and I'm sure this isn't a new wow, you died on a regular.
Yeah, it's because I jumped on my cards and they're just like they kept coming, so I was like, oh cool, I'm just gonna stop.
The more I think about it, the more America's Funniest Home Videos was just YouTube compilation clips before YouTube compilation clips was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was how society did that then. We sent it all, and Bob Saget made fun of us. Or Tom Bergevin, whoever that's his name, right? Tom Bergevin.
Tom Bergeron.
Bergeron, sorry, yeah. I get that confused because there's both of those last names exist in hockey. There is Patrice Bergeron and Marc Bergevin, which is the general manager of the Chris's team, the Montreal Canadiens. His favorite GM.
Yeah. He's like really bad, right?
Yeah, he's made a lot of bad trades. The PK Superman trade's not going to go down well in history. He's pretty much kept Price. Like, listen, that team still can do anything just because that team could still win things just because Carey Price is so good, even though people sleep on him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
People sleep on him. I feel like everyone kind of knows he's really good.
People sleep on him. The big hubbub. Chris and I have basically been baffled by the hockey news as like top 20 players. Price is like not even among them. They have like 3 goalies higher than him. Backstrom's like not even among them. Connor Hellbuck, who just had one good season with Winnipeg.
Oh yeah, of course. That makes
but Bobrovsky and Holtby being in the conversation or around his level is fine. But there's a couple other goalies they put in there that
yeah, I would say that
Cam Talbot. There's a lot of Canadian bias, and because Montreal's done bad, like the Canadian bias mixed with what have you done for me recently, which is kind of the NHL's go-to. Players are just like, analysts. But the EA game released its top 50 ratings, and Price is definitely among the top 10. He's got 92 overall. Holtby has 91. Like, they have it right. Melkin's up there. Like, that was the other one that was like not even in like the top 10 for people, and he was like, for most people, it's like, yeah, Austin Matthews and John Tavares is better than Evgeny Malkin. And Chris and I are like, what are you talking about? In what? Or they're like Nathan McKinnon. Like, there's so many players that just had one good season lately, and it's like you guys are putting them against players who had several seasons, including seasons with more points, including 100-point seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
milestones
that these players have never and are still wondering if they will ever hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, it's just that people love the kids. They want the new eras. The new era. We're done covering all those players. It's time to cover all these hot new players. It's like they got to get there for more than one season, and they haven't even got to the levels that some of these players have before. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like Chris and I have been joking. By the time the trade deadline comes, it'll be the same old story. Well, next season. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe some of these players aren't as good as Crosby and Ovechkin and Malkin. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the truth. And Price.
Well, I mean, also, how many times have we heard, oh, this guy's the new Wayne Gretzky?
Oh, yeah, that's never. Nobody.
Heal. Heal. Heal.
Don't get me wrong. I do think there's a lot of talented young NHL players.
Freeze.
Sure.
But the jury's still out on a lot of them, even on Connor McDavid. And he's the
This
best
pops
of
up
all
in-
the best new ones. Let's not kid ourselves. He's the most likely to be the next Crosby out of every.
Yeah.
Like in terms of talent, he's probably the best player. I think some people might put Ramnestallian up there as like a defenseman up there. He could be a big name, but he just got drafted first overall. So let's, you know what I mean? He's still got to play a hockey game in the NHL first.
Yeah,
What
this
the hell's
kind of
going
pops
on?
up
This
in,
is like a as we focus on the game here, like
It's
it's
because
kind
I
of
used a
interesting.
card that makes the room dark.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's nothing. No, it's
Oh.
not interesting.
It's this weird niche mechanic that never was explained to you, but we're supposed to somehow know. We knew that you could do stuff with doors, but they never explain how any of it works. There's no tutorial system
Yeah.
for the doors. They literally just
But no.
say, experiment with different cards. What they mean,
as
I
I was-
don't know. Anyway,
As
go
I was
ahead.
saying, yeah, like they'll do the same thing in League where like people pop up and it's like, oh, this guy had like one bad game that's been like the good guy forever, and oh, look at this one other guy had like an okay game. That means that he's the new hotness, right? It's like just like you're using this like incredibly small sample size where like, oh, you look at this one stat that makes it look like this guy's a genius, but if you ever look at like the context of the game, not so much.
How did those dudes survive? Because they orbed through the level.
No, I think it's just they only showed up after the other guys.
Oh,
came out.
I thought they were doing the, you know, yeah, I thought they were doing what they just did to Cloud, where they do that stupid thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you're almost just better off using basic attacks against them. Because you can at least hit them, right? Yeah. When they're-
Well, maybe if they're blocking, they still block.
Yeah, but at least if you miss, you don't have to watch a whole animation.
Well, I don't know. First of all, this animation's rad as fuck.
Oh, I agree. This is the best summon animation in both games that we played, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
There's been some really good ones. I really like the Bambi summon as well. Most of the summons in the original Kingdom Hearts were pretty strong in terms of the animation
Yeah.
they do. I liked, but the Bambi one
I
with
don't
it
think you ever
nuzzling
got
you,
to
I
see
always
it,
like that.
But the Mushu one was really.
Hey, this
good.
is that door we went through at the end of. We're in Bottomless Darkness. At the end of. I know you said you did that with the door, but at the end of the game, wasn't it? Kingdom Hearts. Oh no, it was bigger than that.
Way
It was
big.
like a big white door.
Yes. And
It was a holy
Ansem was
door.
all like
Whoa.
darkness, and you were like light,
Darkness to
motherfucker.
consume light.
Yeah. I know now. Kingdom Hearts is light.
Indeed, and then Mickey did his Luke Skywalker impression.
When he spoke, though.
Yeah, sorry, Luke. He did his The Rock. He phoned in via satellite. Right at
Yeah,
the
exactly.
end. Ahoy! Do close the door. Hey, should you explain more? I'm busy. I got a very busy schedule. Speak to my secretary. Maybe we can schedule you in sometime next year.
Yeah. Also, let me get my fan service lines in.
Yeah. I sent Donald and Goofy. They're my liaisons. That's all I got. Too busy to show up at his own park. That dude just cashed in and left. I mean, man. Mickey, I mean.
Oh yeah.
That's his own park, like, you know, his own Disney. Like, he never shows up for anything.
Yeah.
Fucking Mickey, man. Think they can bring Mickey back? For real? Like, I'm not talking about Kingdom Hearts, I mean in the world. Like, Mickey used to be the Disney... Like, he had his own... He had shows and stuff. Now it's never Mickey. It's always something else.
Yeah, well, dude.
Do you
trying to keep them out of
room?
public
Do you
domain.
think when they... I mean, you know what? Maybe Disney's waiting for their streaming service. They're going to get everyone signed up with Marvel and Star Wars, and then they're just going to be like, here we go, guys. Goof Troop. Rebooted. Also...
It's Mickey, bitch.
Mickey's in it. Goof Troop, it's like a situational comedy with Goofy as an old dad because, you know, Mickey's like Eric Foreman's age now, and you need Goofy to be Red Foreman. But then you need Goofy to have a friend, and it's just Donald and Mickey chilling. And then they could make Sora have cameo appearances in episodes. You know what? Saying that, I would probably watch that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound awful.
The moment, secretly, if you could somehow put more anime Kingdom Hearts stuff into a situational comedy, oh wow, we got Raging Storm. Too bad we don't have Tornado, do we? Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Is Tornado Fire? We're going to call that one Hot Fire. No, It's Raging Storm. Get Bill Paxton in here. So it's just 5. It's a category 5.
Well, speaking of legendary dead actors,
Yeah, another favorite. I loved him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., honestly. I know you and I
he
both.
was so good.
The ending he gets, it was so great. They treated him so well.
Yeah, he got a pretty big dick moment.
And then the way they give him the ending almost the way he has that almost turned into Rita Repulsa moment, but then they're like, nope. Spoilers. Can I spoil this? Is that okay? Is that within the spoiler allowances of Ryan's season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
How long ago was this? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So Bill Paxton turns out to be the leader of the Hydra movement, you know, because everyone knows that Hydra was actually S.H.I.E.L.D., because that happened in Captain America 2. And that was the big connection with the season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And one of the best characters in the show, Ward, he also
Up until that point, not one of the best characters. in the
No,
show,
but
though.
that's what made him one of the best was that
Yeah.
that actually
We've talked
worked.
about that, but
yes.
yeah, I wanna.
Him and
Yeah,
Sky, both
originally you thought
awful
Ward was one of
characters,
the
and then
most
turned
boring
into
characters.
amazing characters. I'll say Sky because that's what you prefer that name.
I do. Does she
Kyle's
everyone actually just
Team
call her
Sky,
Daisy?
Chris and I are Team Ward, but that's okay. But we both agree that both of them are good. They basically play off each other as that show's that show's villain and hero to a degree in so many seasons.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, at the end,
Also,
Bill Paxton
if
ends
we're
up
just
being
talking about those two,
the
then I'm
big
Team
mole,
Sky.
you know, the big one who was like, hey, I actually trained Ward, and I'm the one who's been leading the Hydra thing all along. He ends up getting defeated, and he's like on his deathbed or whatever, and you think he's done. And then in a post-credit sequence at the end of the first season, he like reforms and shows back up. Like he's like, and he like does a whole like cliche anime line like, I'm back! And then Coulson shows up out of nowhere with the gun he used to kill Loki with or destroy, explode Loki with in Avengers 1, and just destroys Paxton right in the end. He's like, you know what? I figured something like that was gonna happen, and then Coulson just walks off, and it's just such a great moment.
Yeah, that's really good. Also, like you said that I was team. Moogle Room, nice.
Team
You
Sky,
said that I was Team Sky. You know who I'm really team?
Team Mac, Team Fitzsimmons.
Fucking Fitzsimmons, dude.
Yeah, from what I understand, that
Science,
relation,
biatch.
the Fitzsimmons situation ends up being a strong thing throughout the later seasons. The seasons I have not seen, since I have not seen seasons 4 or 5. I think there is a 5th season. They're on season 6, I believe. I haven't seen Ghost Rider, see how they do Ghost Rider. But off and on member of the Pajodcast media, Shane Smith has, and he has told me that he liked how they did Ghost Rider.
Yeah. What the fuck happened to Simmons, dude?
What a great episode that was. What the fuck happened to Simmons? The answer to that
was-
question, a fantastic episode of television.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Pretty sure that episode was nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah,
In some
I'm also
category.
pretty sure that I spent an entire fucking how long just saying that to you over and over because it was like that episode hadn't aired yet. Also, fuck man, some of those characters get such great moments.
That show always apparently it continues to be the type of show, as Shane has said from seeing later seasons, that moves at a very high pace. Like once season 1 it moves slow pace until the halfway point, and then it starts to develop into a completely different show. That's like, nah, we're gonna deal with a lot of major things, but like we're gonna move at such a pace that if a certain character moment or a certain plot point isn't to your liking or doesn't land, it's okay because there's going to be like 8 more moments that something will hit for you, and that's kind of became the show's identity, and I was always okay with that, especially since I felt like a good 70 to 80% of the stuff was landing. So
Yeah.
the occasional blunders, just like, that, especially since they're not really blunders so much as they are just like, this just happens to be of a tone or a genre that I'm not as invested in. Yeah. Lance Hunter and Bobby Morse, other good characters in that show. They get tons of good moments.
Mac.
Oh yeah, Mac.
You based a D&D character off of him.
He's so
with
great.
Donatello Robinson.
And you love that one line with he needs the shotgun.
Shotgun axe hybrid?
Yes, I believe he builds that at some point in the show. I don't know.
Yeah.
Science bitch.
Biatch.
That's true. I didn't want to steal it. He delivers it so well.
Well, science bitch, you're stealing from Aaron Paul.
That's true. You think that was a play on that? Although, to be fair, he says it, Fitz says it as a response to someone. essentially, and an Inhuman who is that universe's equivalent of mutants at the time. Because now it seems like after the merger, they're going to be able to bring in. I'm curious if they call them Inhumans or if they call them mutants. Anyway, when they do that, but he responds to one of the Inhumans going, "What? My powers are shut down? How?" Because he's like a teleporter. And Fitz just says, "Science, biatch." Freeze. Although that Inhumans TV show did not take off. That was one of Marvel's biggest blunders.
Yeah.
That was actually really their biggest blunder. Because realistically speaking, as much as Iron Fist was a critical blunder, Iron Fist is one of the most watched television series on all of Netflix. Like everyone has seen it to a degree, right? It was very highly watched when it first came out. You haven't, I know.
I haven't, but yes.
The numbers suggest that it was very well watched.
Yeah.
The numbers also suggest that some of the audiences that watched it were of a different demographic than usual as well.
Which is actually more valuable for them, right?
Yes. It's almost like that's what they're trying to do with all the different shows, you know? Another superhero thing that does that. That is what the Arrowverse does, or the CW-verse, if you will. Supergirl is very much, as I've explained, I think, before on features, we're talking to you about it. Supergirl is very much like Ally McBeal, but instead of like espionage scenes, or I'm pretty sure Ally McBeal might have been some sort of espionage or something.
I actually have no idea.
It was like just little superhero montages. Essentially, it's she is a news reporter, and it focuses on episodes of just like ER levels of, you know what I mean? If ER was in a newsroom, or instead in a newsroom, you know what I mean? Like focusing on the Grey's Anatomy style, like the relationship between the characters and, you know, the stories that they're covering, the work they're doing, but how that leads to character relationships. And then every now and then it cuts to her quickly doing something superhero related, or her doing something with the people behind the scenes of her superhero stuff, which is like there's government facility people there, and friends and sisters, and you know, that type of stuff.
Yep. Oh,
and as much as I like Arrow was very Batman. The Dark Knight came out, and they were like, I believe Stephen Amell even came out and it's like, yeah, we watched The Dark Knight, and we're like, hey, maybe we could present Oliver Queen a little more like badass ninja in a basement with gadgets. It's like, okay, cool, that's how we're gonna do him. Except instead of being just a ninja who uses fists, he uses a bow and arrow. Yeah. They explain all that away. I think they do a fine job of it. He was trapped on an island after his plane crashed. He's like, again, his setup's basically the same as Iron Fist, except instead of getting reclused on an island in the middle of nowhere and being trapped,
or the other way around.
Yeah, that's what happens to Oliver Queen. And then getting exposed to like espionage and CIA. So Oliver Queen gets really connected to the world. You end up going into like a mystical recluse where you become Doctor Strange and you don't know anything about the world because you have to become some immortal protector. Basically, the difference is Iron Fist got sent into a world more like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where he's like, I'm the chosen one, and I have to focus on training only this. And Oliver Queen got sent into like wherever Solid Snake gets sent, because he ends up becoming more espionage, you know what I mean? They basically present Oliver Queen as he could use a gun. Like, he uses guns before he gets an arrow, you know what I mean? Like, he's basically just a spy agent, that type of person, right? The type of people he hangs out with and who join him on his team. There's literally an ex-military guy, his name's John Diggle. He's former Merc, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's
kind of how they lean into it. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that's fine. I think that's a good way to do it. It also gives them a good reason for him to deal with whether or not he should kill people, because as he grew up having to kill people to survive, right, and to not die because of his whole thing.
Yeah.
And then becoming a superhero and then going, maybe I shouldn't kill people because the public treats me differently if I do that. But then doing the whole, is there some people I should kill? Yeah, they deal with all that stuff. Look at all these chests.
Pretty sure they're all fake. Yep.
You're right, they're all fake. Hey, we're 40 minutes into an episode.
Yeah, I know it.
As I've been rambling about the difference between DC and Marvel characters. If you were asking me who I like better, Iron Fist. He's just funner. There's
between him and Oliver Queen.
Yeah, if you were to ask me what I've seen better scenes in, absolutely Arrow. Because the Ra's al Ghul fight in Arrow and the entire Ra's al Ghul arc is actually legitimately entertaining, in my opinion. It's like it's to me it's like the good storylines in the OC, but if they were superheroed or Batman, you know what I mean? Which is also ironic because the main actor of the OC also is working in a show that has to do with Batman lore.
Ben McKenzie.
Gotham, yes, Ben McKenzie is in Gotham.
Your boy.
Another good show, underrated show.
California.
Don't get me wrong, the first season, it's one of those shows, and it's of a certain ilk. If you didn't like the OC at all, like if even the good moments of what people call the good moments of the OC wasn't for you, then probably Gotham isn't for you either. But Gotham has some of that too. You know, high drama, I like to call that. High in quotes.
Trinity Limits!
Yes! I feel like this would be a good one against these stupid enemies that have the shield too, because this should hit them no matter what, right? It's an AoE.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, it's only the ones that can go through the level that doesn't hit. It's just because they happen to dodge it during that period. We don't need to hit all these, do we? Or do you before you go on? Hey, we got a blizzard. Did we get a stop yet? I haven't really been paying attention.
No, we haven't.
Okay.
I've been watching.
I know you've been watching on autopilot like a pilot.
Back off. Power.
You were by that I mean you were a machine, man.
Don't
You
know
were
it?
a rechain of memories machine. You remember now. You've rechained your memories. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
sorry.
saying. I know it's weird, but we made a comparison that Sora was John Cena, and just like John Cena, Sora has chain in his lore. Because John Cena, when he used to be a rapper, his fans, when he just turned face and he was still a rapper, used to be part of the Chain Gang. That's what he
Is
called
that
them.
really?
Yes. Because he used to beat people when he was a heel. He would punch people in the face with a chain. And for a brief period before they tried to make him a Marine, he was still like rapper and he was gangster. And he would occasionally like do the I'm a face, but I'm going to beat this heel everyone hates with by cheating, because who cares? They cheat all the time anyway, right? Like a Eddie Guerrero kind of type thing. Although Eddie Guerrero used to just like cheat to win.
Lie, cheat, and steal, yeah.
Yes. His was always, I'm going to pretend that they hit me with a chair shot so that they get disqualified.
That was his move?
They would his opponent would be down. He'd grab a chair, throw it in the ring, and like make the noise, or he'd like grab a chair and like make it look like someone got hit with the ref would be down, right, just getting up. So he would hit his opponent in the head with the chair, but then throw the chair and fall down. And as the ref gets to, the other person gets up, looks around, picks up the chair, and is like, "What? What's going on?" And then the ref would DQ him. Or sometimes what he would do is his opponent would be up just as the ref is about to turn around. He'd throw the chair at his opponent and then instantly fall and pretend like he's KO'd. And then the ref would turn around and be like, "What? You're DQ'd. You hit him with the chair."
Yeah, just the referee.
But the crowd would love it, right? That's the thing. It was a heel move, but the crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a heel move. Thanks, Sora. Sora knows what type of move it was.
Nice bit, Ryan.
He says the word. I don't know what you're talking about. Because English is such a great language.
Oh, don't fucking start down this road
No,
again,
I'm not
okay?
starting down the road. That's all I need to say. I've already been down the road enough that I can fast travel now. I've unlocked it.
Oh, please, thank God. Because the destination doesn't bother me that much, but the fucking journey to get there is so arduous.
It's like mammals.
I like the mammals bit.
Well, but isn't it the same thing? The destination is better than, or sorry, you like the destination, but not the journey.
No, the journey for mammals was fucking great.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Kyle, you just need to you need to love the journey all the time. I'm telling you, you need to don't stop believing.
I was just about to make that joke. Yeah.
And of course, that always tie backs anyway, because guess who Ryan Atwood's favorite band is? He likes Journey.
Really? Well, I mean, Journey's pretty great.
Yes, he says that is his line in the movie, because Seth says it's weird that he doesn't listen to music, and he's like, "Who do you like?" He's like, I like Journey." And then Seth gets a fake band that he says is a cover band for Journey for Ryan's birthday in the 4th season, but it's actually like an REM cover or something, another band entirely. And then Seth's like, yeah, this band's way better than Journey anyway. Maybe it was Seal. I don't remember. It was another band. Sorry. Chris will know soon since he's been rewatching.
Yeah.
I'm happy to report that he's almost done season 1, and definitely
okay.
Sandy Cohen is his favorite character.
I mean, Sandy Cohen's pretty great. Do I have all the? Do I have one of those Joker cards?
He just finished with the Oliver storyline, and he was very high on how they wrapped that up. He felt the final episode of the Oliver storyline was very
Yeah, I can't
well done.
do this. This thing is gonna take up all my cards again. I don't have enough for it.
I love how these guys just like, come here, hey, how's
I'm
it
gonna
going?
get ya.
Trick or treat. Where's your candy? Some creepy trick or treaters are just like, here, take a full chocolate bar. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I've never
rather
had
not.
that. I never have. You know what? I've never experienced trick or treaters.
Really? Nobody ever did that when you were a kid?
Like I trick or treated, but like when I by large quantity. Whenever I handed out candy, that we always got very few people. Like maybe 5 kids. Like always a handful.
Okay.
It's to the point like we don't even. I don't do it as an adult, but I don't hand out candy as an adult. We just kind of shut our light off generally. Andrew did a couple years where my roommate did a couple years where he was trying to hand out candy, but we never get people stopping even when we put all the lights on and stuff. It's tend to become a thing where if you don't decorate the outside of your house, a lot of people don't stop.
Interesting.
Because they don't want to, you know what I mean? Because so many people, because it's such an eclectic. It's not really a widely celebrated. It's like not universally celebrated.
Not the same way it used to be.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of holidays are going that way.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. Because the real cool thing about Halloween is waiting till after Halloween when you can buy all the Halloween candy on sale and then just sit around and eat cheap chocolate. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if we were smart, we would all not buy Halloween candy for Halloween, and the stores would be like, oh, damn, we stocked up and they don't make any money. So then, of course, they discount it all ridiculously because they want to try to make some of their investment back afterwards. Like, we Black Friday it to them, you know what I mean? And then everyone goes out and buys everything the day after and just gives it to their kids themselves. Here's a bunch of cheap candy, enjoy.
Yeah, well, also, the fun part of Halloween as an adult is Halloween parties.
Drinking parties, yeah. But I mean, we can dress up without buying all the candy, right? Like, again, what I'm saying is we should manipulate the capitalist part of that to our own advantage. So I don't understand about some of the market. Is like audiences know that the companies manipulate you, or audiences, consumers, you know what I mean? And it's like we could easily just counter-manipulate them on this situation, but we don't, collectively. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Like, don't get me wrong, we'd only get a few years of that before enough people did that.
Yeah,
then the companies would be like, we're no longer stocking that much up on Halloween candy. We'll just we'll probably just bulk buy a little more Halloween candy near Halloween and then keep it not at the same sale price we used to have it, but in between that price and a regular price, right? So that it's still sort of on sale and then they can still make bulk profit. Because, of course, that's how companies always do it. They're going to game you eventually. But for those few years.
Yep.
Those few years of the woke strats. And then, of course, you'd have people who have been doing the woke strat of just buying cheap Halloween candy afterwards, being
like,
all like being all male gamer it with being. Why'd you guys show up and ruin this? It's like we evolved it. Get over it.
We used to be able to look at boobs in games, and now sometimes characters that used to be sexualized aren't quite as sexualized anymore. It's bullshit.
Also, that's not the case anyway. Tons of characters are still just as sexualized. There's just more games where they aren't, and there's just probably just as many, if not more, games where they are. Have you been on Steam lately? Jesus.
Yeah. I haven't, but I know what you're talking about.
I just mean in general, right? Like, I don't know how you could come out of current games and go, there's not enough of something. What? There's a million. There's, if anything, there's too much to look through. I was noticing that. I was noting that when I was comparing how many. Like, obviously, there are sites that review everything, but there's a lot of big mainstream sites that haven't had a lot of game reviews of late.
Yeah. Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb hasn't had a review since God of War. There's been a lot of, which was early in the year. I'm curious how many reviews they're even gonna have. They've gotten less. They're one of the ones that've gotten less, but a lot of places have gotten less in general. It seems like it being AAA alone isn't justification for a review anymore.
Yeah,
By
no,
that
of
I mean
course.
like sports games have stopped getting reviews.
Yeah, because, like, what do you need? You need a quick look
Yeah.
where Alex sits down and tells you, yeah, this one's not as good as last year's.
Well, it just there's so many games now that are just like, hey, this isn't that genre, but if it's not like doing anything different for that genre and is just for the same genre of crowd, like even if that crowd of people is like, hey, there's a million plus people that want to play this genre of game and this is fitting in their niche, is at a certain point is another one of those that's competent and good for that crowd. Do we need to say that again? Or is this just like a product and it's just like, here you go, people. There's nothing wrong with you still consuming this, but we don't really need to tell you that this is another good one of those.
You know.
Yeah, right? Because it's, and again, it seems to be one of those things where, like for example, a lot of old Monster Hunter games, they got reviews by all the big outlets that review everything, right? Like the people that review everything. But there's been more selective reviews of that. But then when Monster Hunter World showed up, more people reviewed that because it tried to make a push to be accessible to people who didn't like Monster Hunter, which made this to then say, is it succeeding at this? Is this worthy of then people who aren't in the know of this?
Axel.
You have some
Yes.
nerve to show
Anyway.
your treasonous face around here. Some nerve indeed.
Treasonous? I don't know what you could
Oh, that was a nice
possibly
line.
be talking about.
Okay, Raiden, chill out.
Why let Namine go? If it weren't for your needless meddling, we could have turned
like
the
this guy.
Keyblade Master to come and serve us.
As a villain, I mean.
Oh,
Marluxia?
right, your big plan. You use Namine.
The
to
game,
rewrite
the plot of the
Sora's
game, your big
memory
plan,
piece by little
probably, I'm
piece.
assuming.
Oh, let's,
And he turns into her total puppet. Then,
Okay.
using Namine and Sora together, you and Larxene overthrow the organization. Am I right?
What?
I would say that you
Big dick
are the
plays.
traitor, Marluxia.
Since when were
Shit.
you suspicious of us?
Do either one of us have the heart to believe anyone?
no. Because you're nobody,
So
heartless
you only
something.
eliminated Vexen to obtain proof of our plan.
That I didn't want to do. But it was your order.
Well,
What? They're gonna
Obviously
fight
it
each
is.
other? Shit.
cool.
Remember the order. You must eliminate the traitor. I always follow orders, Marluxia.
Oh shit. Good meme.
He's a loyal soldier.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is probably a pretty good place to call this episode.
It's been
now.
52 minutes. Is there a save point somewhere? Hey, we got another Bambi.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's keep going until we get to a save point, because
This might be the last one of the day, right?
yeah, Alex is gonna be home a little early today, so
Yeah, and you've had a lot of bosses. It's been a productive day.
it's been a slice.
It's been a slight delay.
Ah!
Na 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 na
Good joke.
na na na. Hey,
You know what would be better? Is if I got fucking.
enemies. It's gonna be enemies. What? Stop.
No,
Hey,
this
we
is
got an arrow. Hey,
Calder.
but we can build that. We can build more of those fire things at least. Raging
Yeah.
storms. Twisters. Seems like we're missing an epic duel on the 13th floor
Yeah, apparently.
between our boy Axel and the villain of villains, the one and only
Pretty sure right now they're both villains.
Marluxia. Yeah, I know, but like, the traitor of the what we perceive to be the villainous group. Isn't he, maybe he's our friend then, eh? Actually,
Enemy
no,
of
because
mine
both
is
of
my
them seem to
friend.
want to use us. Neither of them have an affinity for us. At actually the end of the, never mind. They actually treat us like we're an insect that they can just look at what they did to Riku. They just turn him into. They just make a robot of him and freaking use it at their will. I don't think they actually have any interest in us. I feel like the fact that we have the Keyblade is the only reason they care about us.
Yeah, clearly.
Something tells me we don't want to trust either of them.
Did I just get a Donald? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you love doing this.
I do like doing this.
Well, on a big one of this.
No, I got blocked!
What
last
they?
second.
Oh.
So I used a 0. So I had like a 6 total.
Yeah.
I made that blockable, but I didn't.
It's okay. Like, I don't... these battles particularly that you've been doing of late... And again, I've only been, you know, I've only been watching.
Not paying attention.
I've been watching, but I've been talking. These enemies don't seem to attack. They just seem to aimlessly move it around and occasionally throw a card out, which just makes this like weird.
Kind of dumb and boring.
Like they seem to be on. Like I feel like it suddenly. Did the organization just give all these heartless NyQuil? Like that's what it seems like.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened.
This is the Heartless on NyQuil, and they're just like, I'm coming, I don't know, I'm gonna go over here now, whatever. I'm just gonna go in this corner, oh, there's a wall there, whatever. Or maybe the whole thing is that it's dark for them and they have no idea where you are. They're like the Last of Us enemies, they're actually just blind.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, Ryan. Good call. Is that a Goofy? No, another Donald.
It's okay, you killed the big guy, that's really the most... You can just one-shot these other guys. You don't even need to slight them.
Freeze! Freeze!
What? Why aren't you hitting that guy? Or were you? And I'm just...
No, it's hard to... Magic on these guys is really hard to win.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like it was going through him. Oh, come on. How did that not?
Freeze!
Right? Like, this kind of bullshit.
I think you have to back up and get in. Yeah. Oh, you have to lock on and back up.
No, but that...
Oh, because
like,
they're in the air. Yeah, yeah.
Freeze!
It's bad.
You might just want to basic attack them. Can you? Donald? Yeah, thank you. I was like, now's the time to use to hit them. Okay, there, yeah, just... Yeah, I was going to say, just whatever.
Wasting everybody's time, Donald.
We're trying to find a save point game. It's been an hour. And the game still... We haven't... How many Moogle points do we have? We haven't money. Or it's
I've
Moogle
been earning
points,
a
isn't it?
decent chunk, so probably...
Well, I'm not that we should do it this episode. I'm mostly just saying.
No.
When we have a clear-cut door we can go through and we know we can Moogle shop.
Okay, that... Mushu, get over here.
Man.
God, fuck off. I hate these things.
The positive thing is at least that we've been getting the extra cards. That's the only advantage to all this, is now if we want to build stacks, I'm pretty sure based on what we have a bunch of summons, a bunch of arrows. If we need to go in and take a look at specific deck strats for a boss or anything at this point, unless of course when we do what we've had spoiled to us in the game, it switches decks, which it might. But we don't have to regrind a new deck though, that would be annoying.
Yeah, that would be.
It doesn't. This game's been pretty long, so this game's been kind of a grind, a boss grind with them. And now we're in like a non-grind of bosses, like. But again, these enemies are all just like non-hazardous, just like I don't know. Because that's kind of the frustrating part with these enemies, is they haven't, like, obviously you did die to a group of these, but I feel like you just died out due to fatigue, like not due to.
Yeah,
you were counted. If this was a wrestling match, you were counted out because you just left. Just leaves.
Yeah.
Just walks away.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
you try to pin the guy and he keeps kicking out, right? And then eventually he's like, oh, I've had enough of this. I'm out. He's laying in the ring unconscious. You just leave. Not unconscious, sorry. Because if he was unconscious, he wouldn't kick out. But he's damaged, right? He hasn't been hitting any offense. He's just wandering around, somehow continues to kick out, and you just inexplicably can't beat him. For some reason he keeps kicking out, so you just finally just give up.
Yeah, it's John Cena.
Yeah. He gets up and he's just like, he gets up after an hour, he can barely walk, he gets the mic.
Muscle, loyalty, respect.
Yeah, pretty much. That would be a weird gimmick. This guy always kicks out 2 hours later. Crowd's not, crowd's just like, whatever. Everyone leaves, like literally everyone just leaves. The commentators, everyone just leaves him in the ring. It's just like, oh, whatever. Guess we can't kill this dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
So these seem like upgraded versions of those original dudes. These guys are kind of a little taller. These guys are the Haunter, or well, not Haunter because they're still floating. They're more the Gengar, I guess. Whoa! Holy Circus du Soleil! What the hell was that attack?
What?
I know you. Did you see him? He was spinning his legs. Back up and let him do that to you. I'm telling you,
Let him do shit
he
wrong.
like spins around like Kurt Caesar or whatever, Kurt Caesar, you know? He like does one of those, but with his whole body. Like that was weird. These guys they go evolved putty at that point. I feel like we have the evolved putty patrol, like when Lord Zed took over and made the putty slightly better. There was that one episode where the kids were just like, so the kids, you know what I mean, the teenagers with Tood, the duders with Tood, if you will, because I know Kyle likes that better.
Yeah, with Drew Scanlon's the Green Ranger.
Zed shows up and they upgrade the putties, and then for one or two episodes, maybe a few more than that, there was a recurring thing where all the Rangers had to then morph to take on the putties. They couldn't just beat them in their street gear. But then eventually they start beating them in their street gear.
They still needed to morph to beat up putties.
The original putties, yes. It took for like 3 episodes, and then eventually Tommy shows up and is like, guys, what are you doing? They're done. What are you talking? He like triple kicks them all. I was seeing some gifs recently of because you know the 90s and there's a lot of
context,
people on Twitter.
JDF.
Yeah, Power Ranger people just like, wasn't it great how when the Green Ranger first showed up, they literally had him wreck all of the Power Rangers. And there was like this one episode where he shows up in their Megazord, kicks them all out, and then individually wrecks all of them, even when they're in a group. It reminded me of the end of the first Ninja Turtles movie when Shredder shows up and they need Splinter to show up and beat him because he just shows up and wrecks them.
Which movie was that?
The first Ninja Turtle movie. Live action.
Okay.
They fight Shredder at the end on a rooftop, and then Shredder ends up getting wrecked because Splinter throws him over the rooftop, and then he ends up in a garbage truck, and then Casey Jones goes whoops and turns the garbage truck on.
Google them.
I believe the moment's notable because as he's holding Shredder over the edge, he says, "You will. We've all. Death comes for us all, Orokusaki. But for you, it will come without." And then Orokusaki lets go by throwing a dagger because he's trying to get Splinter, and then of course he falls into the garbage truck because he does that because it makes him fall. But what Splinter was going to say was without honor, because Shredder has no honor. He fights to win.
Why did he call him Rogasaki?
Because that's Shredder's real name, Orokusaki.
Oh, really?
In that canon, he's not a Utron in that canon. He's just a dude. I believe in the original movie, Shredder is how Splinter has connection with him is Splinter's master, who he originally grew up with, Master Tatsu, not Tatsu, sorry, something else. Name I can't remember. Too much anime. Anyway, Shredder was like a muscle for like a gang, like Yakuza type style, and he shows up and just kills Splinter's master in New York. While Splinter was a rat in a cage, and they try to kill Splinter as well, who was just a rat in a cage, but they cut him, and then he ends up, like, his cage ends up getting thrown out a window, and he falls into the sewers, which is how he ends up, you know, meeting the turtles, and then eventually getting covered in goop.
Boost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But Shredder does not die after the garbage can incident. Somehow he comes back all mangled in the second one, before Kevin Nash plays him, although you don't really see Nash's face. He only plays him briefly anyway for one fight as Super Shredder. That's in the second live action with Vanilla Ice, your boy.
Yeah, go
Ninja Rat.
That's your boy.
Ninja Rat. He's not my boy. What are you talking about? He just sampled Queen's music. You think he's my boy just because he sampled Queen's? Come on.
Why do you think he's my boy?
I don't know. Because I figured his hey, I'm a trolley Flava white boy charm is like your type of thing, right? You like Joe Hendry, like you compare Joe Hendry to yourself. I like Joe Hendry, but because Joe Hendry's hilarious. But because Joe Hendry's... But the problem with Vanilla Ice is no context, right? You can't just do that. You have to do that with context. The fact that like if Joe Hendry was doing that to people on the street, or if that was his, you know, if that was his Daily Show style television show, I would not be good in my opinion. It works because it's an entrance burying his opponent. Technically, Joe Hendry's supposed to be a heel, I think, most of the time.
Joe Hendry, for anybody who doesn't know, is a European wrestler who makes like YouTube skit-style entrance videos for his.
But they're just parodies of actual songs. But he like Elvis, he just sings the lyrics himself. But they're not the lyrics. They're like Weird Al. He makes up his own lyrics. But then instead of being just lyrics to do with the like deconstructions of the song, they're lyrics about his opponent, where he buries them.
Yeah.
Or, you know, insults them in some way. And he
Yeah.
can carry a tune, just like Ylvis. He's actually... The dude could actually be in a boy band, in my opinion. He has the talent. Not that I would, you know... the irony there is I probably would like him less if that's what he was doing. I wouldn't, like, disrespect it. I'd be like, oh, here's this dude who can... You know, like Justin Timberlake or whatever, of that ilk. Hey, there's a dude who can sing. Doing his thing. Not my type of thing, but hey. And occasionally... And I wouldn't rule out the possibility that he could make a song that I like.
We're gonna run it back,
Cry me
Ryan.
a river. Kyle almost cried me in a river because of Riku. Actually, you know what? Rikachu. He's definitely the type who would be crying a river after that. Although he wasn't even Riku, was he? He was just a robot.
Robot Coup.
Yeah.
We're going back to the entrance because they
Robot-Chu.
want us to get 99 things in order to get to the key of beginnings, which I'm not doing that shit right now.
We got 99 problems and a key ain't one.
Actually, keys are my biggest problem right now, right?
Oh. Key to beginnings?
Yeah. Really hope this is one of those ones
and technically, a bitch is one because Sora's biggest problem starts with a K, and it's Kairi. Kairi. What? That's his biggest problem. He needs to know where she is, and he doesn't know that. And it's like a double. Can you fly to that thing?
I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here right now.
Oh, that's an enemy. I see. Sorry, I thought that was like a magical heart in the air. All these doors go to like places you've been. What are we trying to get?
I'm backtracking.
Oh, right.
I need to go to the save point. I can't fucking do this right now.
Yeah, we're lost. This seems like a
No, we're not
maze.
lost. I know exactly where to go, but the barrier to entry is at 99 card points.
Right, so we just need to grind. I see.
So I'm saying, yeah, but I'm not doing that shit right now. Fuck that.
Oh, no, it's been an hour. That's fair.
Yeah.
I dig Holmes.
Homes on homes?
Yep. Sora needs Homes on Homes to show up and fix Destiny Islands. We got a
Fucking drink bleach, you garbage monster.
We got a Bart Simpson level clubhouse. That's about all we have. Also, Waka's here for some reason. Yeah. Looking for that sweet save point. It is gotta be somewhere. Where is that sweet save point, game? What if we needed to stop here? The game don't care. Where are you, Kay? This is ridiculous. Where is the save point? There should be a save point through a door by now.
Yeah.
Game.
This is back where we came.
Into complete darkness.
We've also gone through about 100 doors so far, so this is fucking obnoxious.
This feels like end boss area. This reminds me of like the padding that was in the end of the original Kingdom Hearts before we got to Ansem.
A little bit. I think
Just
this
like
is it.
endless padding of enemies and bosses. There's just like ah.
Alright, well.
Finally, of Donald and Goofy just standing there. What's wrong? We've just been here this whole time. You've been looking for the save point? Here it is. Haha, we're helpful.
Best friends. Yep.
Donald? Jesus.
That's gonna do it for this one.
We'd be doing better off with Quack McDuck or whatever. Goon Loon the Hen. I forgot all of them because it's like anime.
Yeah, that was this episode, but fucking I don't remember. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Next time we'll get a billion fucking cards.
Go through the door of destiny and beat the game,
That's
or
good.
hopefully beat the game, or I don't know.
Some bullshit. See you guys then.
Later.